February 28, 2026. It's a Saturday. Traditional stock markets are closed, crypto traders are sleeping, and then, at 2:37 in the morning, the United States and Israel launch coordinated missile strikes on Iran. Within seconds, Bitcoin crashes, not a little dip, not a minor pullback. Bitcoin, the so-called digital gold, plunges from nearly $65,000 to $63,000 in under an hour. $300 million in leveraged positions get wiped out. And here's the wild part. Because the stock market was closed on a Saturday, Bitcoin was the only major liquid asset in the world where people could panic sell. Crypto markets absorbed the entire shock of a global military crisis by itself, in real time. That, right there, tells you everything about what crypto has become in 2026. But here's what the mainstream media is completely missing. Yes, Bitcoin dropped when the bombs fell. But this conflict, this war, is not just affecting crypto. For months, maybe years, crypto has been inside this war, funding it, moving money through it, hiding billions in it. And the numbers are absolutely staggering. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, or stablecoins the same way again. Let's start with the big number, the one that should be on the front page of every newspaper in America. According to a bombshell new report titled Confronting the Illicit Finance Hydra in Crypto Markets, and backed by 164 documented cases, $350 billion has been laundered through cryptocurrency markets since 2005. That's $350 billion. And experts say the real number is likely far higher because most of these crimes never make it to court records, news reports, or law enforcement announcements. Who's doing it? 3 countries sit at the center of this shadow war: Russia, Iran, North Korea. These 3 nations have turned cryptocurrency into a weapon, not just a currency, a weapon that bypasses bank freezes, ignores U.S. sanctions, moves oil money, buys military equipment, and funds proxy militias, all without leaving a dollar trail through Western banks. Now here's something that might surprise you. According to this report, the country most affected by crypto-enabled money laundering, it's not Russia, it's not Iran, it's the United States of America. The U.S. accounts for 23.6% of all documented crypto laundering cases, 39 out of 164. That means American victims, American companies, and American financial institutions are being hit hardest by this crypto shadow war, and most Americans have no idea it's even happening. Let's zoom into Iran, because what's happening there right now is unlike anything we've seen in financial history. Here's the situation. The U.S. has had severe economic sanctions on Iran for decades. Iranian banks can't use SWIFT. Iranian oil is embargoed. The Iranian rial has lost catastrophic value. And yet, Iran has been fighting a multi-front war across the Middle East for years, funding Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, the Houthis in Yemen, and other proxy groups across the region. How? How do you fund a network of militias across 5 countries when your banks are frozen and your currency is collapsing? You use crypto. According to Chainalysis 2026 Crypto Crime Report, one of the most authoritative blockchain analytics reports in the industry, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, and its proxy networks accounted for more than 50% of all crypto value received by Iranian entities in Q4 2025. In total, IRGC-linked wallet addresses received over $3 billion in 2025 alone, used to finance regional militia networks, facilitate illegal oil sales, and procure weapons. And it gets more jaw-dropping. Leaked documents, posted online by a sanctioned Iranian businessman, revealed that the Central Bank of Iran itself has been using a network of brokers to secretly convert fiat currency deposits into stablecoins. The country's own central bank was quietly running a crypto operation to move money around U.S. sanctions. Now think about what happened the moment those U.S.-Israeli missiles hit Tehran on February 28th. Outflows from Nobotex, Iran's largest cryptocurrency exchange, spiked by 700% within minutes. 700%. Money was flying out of the country in real time. Iranians, whether regime-connected or ordinary citizens, were moving their wealth onto the blockchain before anything else could happen. And here's the part that actually gives you hope about Bitcoin's core mission. While the IRGC was using stablecoins for warfare, ordinary Iranian citizens were doing something completely different. Facing 40–50% inflation and a collapsing rial, regular Iranians have been withdrawing from exchanges and moving Bitcoin directly into personal wallets, what analysts call a flight to self-custody. For the average person living under that regime, Bitcoin isn't speculation, it is survival. It's the only asset that no government can confiscate, freeze, or inflate away. Two completely different uses of the same technology, one for warfare, one for freedom, both happening on the same blockchain at the same time. Now let's talk about Russia, because what Moscow has built is, frankly, one of the most sophisticated financial engineering operations in modern history. After the 2022 invasion of Ukraine, the West froze Russia's central bank reserves, kicked Russia out of SWIFT, imposed hundreds of layers of sanctions. The intention was simple: starve Russia economically, force them to the negotiating table. It didn't work. And here's a major reason why. Meet A7A5, a ruble-backed stablecoin, essentially a digital version of the Russian ruble that was specifically designed to replace SWIFT for Russian businesses operating internationally. And the scale of what it processed is absolutely mind-bending. In less than 1 year, A7A5 processed $93.3 billion in transactions. Let me say that again, $93.3 billion through a single crypto token, specifically built to evade Western sanctions. How did it work? Russian businesses would use A7A5 to settle cross-border trade, importing goods, paying for services, moving value globally, all without touching a Western bank or a Western-controlled financial network. The trading pattern even proved it. A7A5 volumes surged Monday through Friday and dropped on weekends, showing it was being used as a business settlement layer, not speculative trading. But it didn't stop there. A7A5 was operated through an exchange called Grinex, which blockchain analysts revealed was the direct successor to Garantex, a notorious Russian exchange that processed over 100 billion in transactions before being shut down in a coordinated international law enforcement operation in March 2025. When Garantex was killed, its users and funds migrated directly to Grinex overnight. Same network, new name, back in business. The EU eventually sanctioned A7A5 in October 2025. The US followed. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Enforcement is always playing catch-up. By the time regulators act, billions have already moved through the system, and a new version is already being built. Russia's message to the world: you can't sanction us out of the global economy. We'll just build our own. And the West has not found a good answer to that yet. North Korea, the most isolated country on Earth, no oil exports, no foreign investment, almost completely cut off from the global financial system. And yet, in 2025, they pulled off the largest cryptocurrency hack in human history. On February 12, 2025, hackers linked to North Korea's state-sponsored Lazarus Group breached Bybit, one of the world's largest crypto exchanges, and walked away with $1.5 billion. $1.5 billion in a single attack. That wasn't all. According to Chainalysis's 2026 report, North Korean hackers stole a total of $2.02 billion in cryptocurrency during 2025 alone, a 51% increase year over year and their most successful year ever. Their all-time haul now stands at an estimated $6.75 billion. Where does that money go? According to U.S. intelligence and UN investigators, directly into North Korea's weapons of mass destruction program, their missile program, their nuclear development, the crypto that was sitting in your exchange wallet. There is a small but statistically real chance that some of it has been funneled into funding North Korean nuclear missiles. And here's the thing that should keep every American up at night. 79% of all documented crypto crime cases worldwide have resulted in zero convictions. 79%. The global system is simply not equipped to police this. North Korea figured that out a long time ago, and they've been cashing in ever since. Okay, you've heard the dark side. Now let's talk about what every American crypto holder actually wants to know. What is this war doing to Bitcoin's price? And where does it go from here? Here's the full picture as of today, March 2026. Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $126,000 in October 2025. Today it's trading around $68,000 to $70,000. That's a 47% drop from peak, a significant bear market by any measure. When the US-Israeli strikes hit Iran on February 28th, Bitcoin fell hard and fast, dropping to approximately $63,000 within hours. Over $300 million in leveraged long positions were liquidated in a single weekend. It was ugly. But here's what's fascinating. By Monday, Bitcoin had bounced back to $69,000. By some accounts, briefly touching $70,000 alongside gold, the traditional safe haven asset. That recovery was partially short covering, but it sent a message. Bitcoin's 24/7, borderless markets are functioning exactly as designed during a global crisis. Now, analysts are split on three possible scenarios going forward. Scenario 1, Quick resolution, Bitcoin $75,000 to $80,000. Scenario 2, prolonged conflict, Bitcoin $55,000 to $60,000. Scenario 3, the Bitcoin $500,000 bull case. Several macro analysts, including BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes, argue that regardless of how this war plays out, the U.S. will ultimately print money to fund it, and historical precedent shows that monetary expansion, quantitative easing, war spending, deficit financing is rocket fuel for Bitcoin. And there's one more massive wildcard sitting in the background, the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the United States. The U.S. government currently holds an estimated 372 BTC, making it the largest known state holder of Bitcoin in the world. 17 U.S. states, led by Texas and New Hampshire, are already moving toward their own state-level Bitcoin reserves. The race to accumulate is happening in slow motion, right now, in governments across America. So let's zoom out. What does all of this mean for you, as an American? It means that cryptocurrency is no longer a fringe technology for Silicon Valley nerds and day traders. It is now deeply embedded in the geopolitics of global warfare, sanctions, national security, and monetary policy. The governments of Russia, Iran, and North Korea have already understood something that many American politicians still don't. Crypto is not going away. It is going to be a cornerstone of 21st century financial power. Right now, the U.S. government is sitting on the world's largest government Bitcoin hoard and doing almost nothing with it strategically. The good news? Blockchain is transparent. Every transaction is permanently recorded. Chainalysis, TRM Labs, Elliptic, and other firms are tracking these flows in real time. This is the crypto war. It is happening right now. It is affecting your investments, your national security, and the future of money itself, and you needed to know about it. That's the full picture for today. March 2026. Bitcoin caught in the crossfire of war. Russia building a $93 billion shadow economy. North Korea running the world's biggest crypto heist. Iran's central bank secretly laundering on the blockchain. And the United States sitting on a strategic Bitcoin reserve with the potential to reshape global finance. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button right now. Subscribe and hit the bell, because the situation is changing every single day, and I will keep you updated with the most accurate, most honest breakdown you can find. Drop a comment below. Do you think Bitcoin will hit $80,000 before the Iran war ends? Or are we headed lower first? Let's talk. Until next time, stay informed, stay sharp, and never stop asking questions. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, or any form of professional guidance. Cryptocurrency markets are highly volatile and speculative. You may lose some or all of your investment. All data and statistics cited are sourced from publicly available reports including Chainalysis 2026, Crypto Crime Report, OCCRP, Fortune, CoinDesk, TRM Labs, Binance Research, and MEXC. The creator of this video holds no responsibility for financial decisions made based on the content of this video. Always conduct your own research. DYOR.